Hello everyone, and welcome to the RV Inspection and Care channel. I'm Dwayne and I'm a certified RV inspector. And today I'm a little hoarse from allergies, but we'll get through this video anyway. Today we're going to be talking about the top 4 myths about RVing that really need to be busted. So let's get started busting some myths here. Number 1 myth that we want to bust, and that is that RVs are always breaking down. I mean, if you get online and you go to forums about RVs or on social media, you're going to always hear somebody who's complaining about what just happened to their RV and how expensive it was, and on and on and on. And this is very common, so it's easy to get the idea that RVs just break down all the time. But remember that the human tendency, and it's sad but true, the human tendency is to talk more about the problems that we are facing than we talk or give time to discussing good things that are happening and the things we're thankful for. It's just one of those little human idiosyncrasies. And the greater the problem, well, the more sensational the story. And the more sensational the story, the more people talk about it and share it with others. Have you seen this and what happened here? And then it just spreads like wildfire. Now, here's the truth about the matter, though. RVs do break. I mean, that's no secret, right? It's because RVs are filled with mechanical systems, and mechanical systems are going to break. There's just no getting around that. But usually, 80% of the time, it's small things. It's little things that if you just familiarize yourself with some basic tools, you could probably solve yourself on your own RV. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that we have resources available to us now that have never been available before on how to fix these little issues that go on. There's almost always a YouTube video or a blog post somewhere that will tell you how, step by step, to take care of these little issues that come along in RVs. So all you've got to do is spend a little time reading up on it or watching a video, and usually you can take care of almost anything. Now, one other point that needs to be made about RVs and repairs. Regular maintenance can forestall a lot of problems, and I do mean a lot of that. Neglect is what harms houses on wheels and houses that are sticks and bricks and stationary. I mean, if you just don't do maintenance, you're asking for a big time problem somewhere down the line, something that is going to cost a lot. And on RVs, if you just stay up with some simple things that you can do to maintain the RV, it won't take much of your time. It's not difficult to do. And yet you will forestall a lot of things that could go wrong that way. So, number 1 myth, RVs do not break all the time. So let's just bust that right now. The number 2 myth, you've got to be rich to RV, to travel in an RV. I mean, we've all seen them, haven't we? Those unbelievably expensive coaches traveling around, well over $1 million or more, and some of the folks in those RVs are spending $10,000 a month or more as they travel around the country, and they're really living the high life. If you aren't careful, that's what you think everybody's doing when they're RVing. Now, on the flip side, there are a lot of RVers who are living in RVs that cost less than $10,000. They may live on less than $1,000 a month. Now, these folks are really budget masters. But what I've just described to you is 2 extremes. That's not the norm. The norm is somewhere in between. The truth is, most people are probably going to spend somewhere around $50,000 to $200,000 on their RV. And monthly expenses probably for many RVers run between $2,500 a month to $3,500 a month. Now, of course, that's all over the place. It's not the same for everyone. But you may be saying to yourself, well, you know, I don't even really fit in that middle category. Well, that's okay. Here's the reality. The truth is that there's a lot of RVers of every kind of financial means possible that are out there traveling and having great adventures as they do. So don't buy into the myth that you've got to wait until you have this amount of money or you have this amount of income to be able to get out there and travel in an RV. It's simply not true. If you do a little bit of good planning, make sure that it's well thought out, then you can probably travel on almost any income. And so let's bust number 2's myth right there. You don't have to be wealthy to RV and travel in an RV. Now here's our third myth that we want to take care of right now, that RVing is just for old and retired people. Well, maybe like me, right? So, okay, Dwayne, it's for you because you're old and you're retired. Well, here's the reality. There is advancing technology and communications that have reached the point where almost anyone can travel in an RV. And I'm not talking about just older folks or retired individuals or those who have financial means to support themselves without working. No, we're talking about even young people with children. I mean, several children. We see a lot of them out on the road these days. There are more opportunities than ever before for younger people to travel while they are working and while they're even raising children. In fact, if mom and dad work really well together, you know, they coordinate their work with the children together well, and they plan things right, the education that their children will receive while RVing and traveling can be a more broad education than they would even receive in a sticks and bricks school or a stationary school. So it is really doable for younger people. There are many resources that are available online for younger working age RVers. Here's a suggestion. If you want to get ideas on how to do that, go to Google, type in digital nomads, and that's going to bring up a tremendous amount of information about how you can travel in an RV and support you and your family and your children while doing so. There's plenty of information out there. All you have to do is access it. So you do not have to be an older retired person to travel in an RV. That's myth number 3. It's busted. Consider it busted. Myth number 4. RVing is carefree. It is just fun and parties and one long vacation. I mean, nothing but smiles all the time. Well, let's bust that myth right now. Some YouTube channels, some Instagrammers seem to be dedicated to depicting the lifestyle that way, that it's just nothing but a big party. I'm here to give you the truth. All of that is not right. No, life will present us with challenges no matter where we are and no matter who we are. There are ups and there are downs with any manner of life that you want to name. RVers are going to face things like financial challenges, health issues, the grind of everyday life, of just providing and taking care of responsibilities that we have. All that goes with you. So it's not one big party. But on the other hand, when you travel, You get to explore. You get to experience fun adventures that you would never be able to experience if you were in one place alone. So it is a rewarding lifestyle. And what is necessary is to understand that, yes, there are challenges, there are difficulties associated with RVing, but there are so many good things. And as we said, sometimes we focus on the problems more than we do on the blessings, on the good things. So try to focus on the good parts of the RV life, but don't get sold on unrealistic expectations, things that aren't true. Those are myths. And the more we deal with life on a one-to-one basis in honesty, the more we benefit as a result of that. Well, that's the top 4 myths that I could think of that I wanted to bust today, and I hope I busted those for you. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. It really helps a lot for us YouTube creators when you do that. And we'd like to hear what you had to say about these myths or other myths about RVing. Can you think of another myth that you have heard and you've realized it just isn't true? Share that with us, would you, in the comments down below. Also, I'd like for you to visit my website. There's going to be a companion blog post on this coming out very soon. And in the meantime, there's a lot of great information there. It's RVinspectionandcare.com. And finally, we want you to be part of our online family. To do that, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. So please do that right away, and that way you won't miss any of the videos that I'm putting out on a weekly basis. Well, that's it for now. Have safe and happy travels, my friends. Until next time.